Hello and welcome to Easenomics. Here we will learn about various concepts, ideas, and views of different economists, theories, and models. Remember, in the game of economics, all of us are players and none of us are spectators. So let's dive into the world of economics. Today, we are going to discuss about the difference between autonomous and induced investment. Investing is allocating resources, usually money, with the expectation of generating an income or profit. Investment is a part of person's income which is spent into financial schemes with an aim of further returns. From the point of view of the whole economy, there are two types of investments: autonomous investment and induced investment. So, here are the contents of today's discussion. Autonomous, as the name goes, means on its own, independent, not dependent on anything. Autonomous investments are carried out by government, that is, when government provides you roads, transportation, lays facility for telecommunication, building dams, scientific research institutions, educational institutes, and construction of infrastructure in the economy. Government's various welfare plans such as pension schemes, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Pradhan Mantri Sadak Yojana, Jan Dhan Yojana are few examples of the many autonomous investments carried out by Government of India. These are majorly large scale, big budget investments which are social welfare oriented. The best example can be current scenario where Government of India is investing large sum of money for COVID vaccination drive. Immunization of the public is also a form of autonomous investment. So, how are these big voluminous investments funded? The source of autonomous investments are taxes, loans, and deficit financing. Taxes are the primary source of government revenue. The amount collected from the general public in the form of taxes is spent on providing public utility services. Loans are also a source of public investment, as they facilitate the mobilization of unused or idle money with public. People deposit their funds into banks, so the banks have huge funds which are mobilized by advancing loans to the public at interest. Deficit financing is carried out when government expenditure exceeds the revenue. The negative budget indicates that the government is carrying out many economic and investment activities. To balance these deficit, government uses various methods where it convinces RBI to print new money, that is, currency notes or selling of government bonds. The new currency increases the supply of money in the government treasury to carry out further investments. However, as it will increase the flow of money in the economy, it may result in inflation. Here in the autonomous curve, x-axis denotes the income and y-axis denotes expenditure. As we notice, the curve is parallel to x-axis, and as the income increases from M1 to M2, it represents that volume of autonomous investment remains constant at all the income levels. Hence, autonomous investment is income inelastic, as in it is unaffected by the change in the existing level of income, rate of interest, and rate of profit. Induced investment is a type of investment that is influenced or directed by profit motives. Induced investment is mostly carried out by private or individual firms. Induced investment differs with income. That is, the more the amount of an individual or firm has, the more they will invest. Induced investment is directly related to national income. So, when the national income increases, it tends to increase the demand for goods and services. And to meet the increasing demand, the supply for goods and services needs to be increased. Therefore, the increase in economic activity calls for more investment. Induced investment is a function of income. It mostly depends on prospective yield, rate of return, and prevailing interest rates. Apart from income, induced investment is also affected by technological innovations, government policies, and structure of the population. As you can see in the figure, As the income level increases from M1 to M2, the investment amount also shifts from I1 to I2, denoting that induced investment is positively related to the level of income. Therefore, the curve is upward sloping towards the right. So, induced investment is income elastic. That means when the income level is high, the investment will also increase. So finally, this is the tabular presentation of difference between autonomous investment and induced investment. Autonomous investment, which is mostly made by government and focuses on welfare of the nation, whereas induced investments are made by firms and private companies with a motive of earning maximum revenue. Autonomous investment is taken up by public authorities, whereas induced investment is taken up by private individuals and firms. The autonomous investment has a motive of social welfare, whereas induced investment has a motive of profit. The nature of autonomous investment is income inelastic, as in it is not affected by the national income, whereas induced investment is affected by the national income, that's why it is income elastic. Autonomous investment, as we discussed earlier, is unrelated to national income. Induced investment, as we discussed earlier, is positively related to national income.